So it is finally out, iOS 15.6. After weeks of beta testing, Apple has officially released the software for the iPhone. iOS 15.6 is actually a bigger update than initially thought. Apple has released some of the security patches and release notes for this software, and it's a little more than we initially thought. So of course, in this video, we're going to go over everything that's new with the latest iOS 15.6, which is now officially out to the general public. Now, for those of you running the beta, if you were running iOS 15.6 RC1 or RC2, don't worry, if you did update to RC2, you won't see any additional updates. This is the same build number as RC2 for iOS 15.6, okay? So just take a look at the latest build number. There it is. As you can see right there, it is 19G71. And that's going to be the final build number here. And this is a bittersweet moment, right? Because this update also could be the final major update for certain devices. As you know, iPhone 7, 7 Plus, iPhone SE first generation, iPhone 6s, and iPhone 6s Plus. This could very well be the last major update with new features and changes for these devices, as these devices do not support iOS 16. Now, not to say that Apple won't release any security updates for these devices in the future or a minor software update for these devices, but I don't expect, if history is any indication, any major new features to be added to these devices from here on out. Apple will be focusing most of their attention towards iOS 16, which is expected to be dropping late September as per usual. Now, as always, if you would like to stay up to date with the latest iOS news and Apple software updates, don't forget to subscribe and, of course, turn on those notifications so that you don't miss another episode. Now, aside from iOS 15.6, Apple has also released today WatchOS 15.6, iPadOS, tvOS 15.6, and HomePodOS 15.6 as well. So the HomePod received an update, and today HomePod adds additional Siri voice recognition support for different Chinese languages, and I'll list them all in the description down below. And so yeah, a lot of stuff happening with voice recognition support for HomePods. You may want to update if you speak those languages, of course. Now, in terms of iOS 15.6, this brings quite a bit of improvements to the Apple TV application in particular. So if you're watching a live sports event and you missed the beginning of the event, you now have the ability to go backwards on a live sports event. So you can go backwards, fast forward on a live event, so as long as the event has been broadcasting when you get to the actual Apple TV. So you can fast forward, go backwards on and pause a live event on Apple TV, which is something new within the TV application. Now, this also fixes an issue within settings on the iPhone, which some users continue to see the prompt that storage is full on the iPhone, even if you have storage left over. So even if you have additional storage on your iPhone, you continuously get a prompt on your screen that your iPhone storage is full. This aims to fix this issue that has been going for actually quite some time. And now in the wallet application, there's also something that's new here. You can now request and send money from Apple Cash right here. You can also do that now with 15.6, something that's new. And finally, for those of you who had issues with the Apple Podcast application, downloading every single podcast that you were subscribed to, you can now manage your podcast directly with the extension here in settings, and you no longer have to have your phone automatically download all your podcasts, and it will automatically delete the ones that you watch as well. As you can manage all that right here if you use the Apple Podcast application. This was an issue for me because it would download everything, and then the podcast app will take up 8 and 9 gigs from my iPhone. So this fixes that issue, and you can now manage that on your iPhone as well. Now, this also includes additional fixes for the home application as well. Some automations were not working properly, so we now have, including a few bugs here for arriving and leaving your home automations were now triggered properly, which is an issue found on 15.5. Now 15.6 aimed to fix this issue as well. Now, as I mentioned, this update's a little bigger than we expected. Apple has released all the security release notes here, and as you can see right here, about iOS security for iOS 15.6 and iPadOS 15.6, and I want you to take a look at this list of fixes and security patches. So if you want to stay up to date with security patches, of course, it is always recommended to update to the latest version. I mean, just take a look at all these security patches within iOS 15.6. The list just continues to go on and on and on. Now you can update, of course, if you're not running iOS 16 beta. If you're running iOS 15.5, you can go to settings. Of course, we're going to head into the generals tab and then software updates, and iOS 15.6 should populate for you today on iPad, iPhone, Apple TV. The HomePod will happen automatically, so HomePodOS should update after you update your iPhone. Major security update today for most iPhones, and of course a bittersweet moment because this could very well be the last major update for these three categories of devices. And these devices, especially the iPhone 7, I really love, and it won't be moving forward with the iOS 16. But there you guys have it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.